俺はもうみんなと一緒にはいられない。
Anime has never looked better than it does today. If you look at any frame from Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, or Chainsaw Man, the technical quality is absolutely absurd. We have multi-million-dollar budgets, film score composers, 3D integration that isn't cringeworthy anymore, and directors who seem to come straight from Hollywood. Visually, we are living in the golden age of Japanese animation. There is no debate there. But I have a question that is going to hurt. A question that maybe you have asked yourself in silence while watching the latest viral episode of the season. Why do you feel so empty? Why, despite the bright colors and frantic action, does it seem like modern anime lacks a soul? Today, I am here to talk about a phenomenon I call the fast food effect. Anime has stopped being a home-cooked meal prepared over a slow fire and has become a greasy burger that fills you up instantly, tastes delicious, but half an hour later leaves you hungry and with a stomachache. We're going to talk about how the industry has sacrificed narrative for spectacle, and why your favorite anime today will probably be forgotten in 5 years. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the king of visual spectacle, Demon Slayer. Before you jump down my throat in the comments, let me clarify something. Ufotable has done an impeccable technical job. It is art in motion. But if you take away the animation, if you take away the water particles, the neon fire, and the epic music, what are we left with? We are left with a story we have seen 1,000 times, executed in the most basic way possible. We have the good protagonist who is pure of heart to the point of being boring. The villain who is evil just because until his head gets cut off, and we get his sad backstory in 2 minutes, and side characters who scream a lot to be funny. The industry has learned a dangerous lesson. You don't need to write a complex script. You don't need subtle character development, political plots, or deep mysteries. You just need to fight to look pretty. If the fight is pretty, Twitter will explode, clips will go viral on TikTok, and people will scream masterpiece without stopping to think about what they are watching. We have traded depth for aesthetics. Before, if the animation was mediocre, the story had to be incredible for the series to survive. Now, a studio like Mappa can take a weak script, put a coat of gold paint on it, and we all clap like seals. The second massive problem is the pacing, the speed. We are in the dopamine era, the TikTok era. People have no patience, and the studios know it. Compare the pacing of a series like Naruto or One Piece with that of Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes, I know Naruto's filler was unbearable, and One Piece's pacing is sometimes maddening. But that slowness had a purpose, bonding. We spent time with the characters when they weren't fighting. We saw them eat. We saw them travel. We saw them get bored. And thanks to those useless moments when tragedy struck, it really hurt us. We felt like we were part of the group. In modern anime, there's no rest. It's all action, action, action. In Jujutsu Kaisen, the protagonists go from being rookies to facing the apocalypse in a matter of weeks within their universe. There's no sense of a journey. There's no sense of organic growth. It is a constant race towards the next cliffhanger, so you don't change the channel. And the problem with running so fast is that when a character dies, you don't care. Let's talk about death and shock value. Modern anime is obsessed with killing characters to generate quick impact. It is the Akame GA kill school taken to the extreme. They kill a side character we've known for 3 episodes, play sad music, show sepia flashbacks, and expect us to cry. But tears must be earned. Think about Jiraiya's death in Naruto. We cried not because a strong ninja died, but because we had seen that old pervert share ice cream with Naruto, train, fail, and laugh for years. There was an emotional connection built brick by brick. In Chainsaw Man or Hell's Paradise, characters drop like flies, and honestly, sometimes I have to Google what their names were. Death has become a cheap tool to boost ratings, not a tragic narrative consequence. It is noise, not music. And this brings us to the problem of power systems and power scaling. Do you remember when Chakra or None had rules? There was strategy. A weak character could beat a strong one if they used their head. Shikamaru could defeat someone immortal just by thinking. Now, the trend is the rule of cool. Power explanations in series like Jujutsu Kaisen are sometimes so unnecessarily complex that you need an instruction manual to understand why Gojo, is untouchable, or conversely, they're as simple as scream louder and you will win, like in Black Clover or My Hero Academia. We have lost the middle ground, that strategic beauty of seeing two characters play chess with their abilities. Now, it's more like seeing who has the biggest laser or who has the most broken technique pulled out of nowhere because the script requires it. But perhaps the saddest thing of all is the loss of thematic identity. The great shonen of the past had very clear philosophical themes. Naruto was about loneliness and the cycle of hatred. Fullmetal Alchemist was about the value of life and the consequences of ambition. One Piece is about freedom versus control. What is modern dark shonen really about? Often, it seems the theme is simply the world sucks and we're going to suffer. Nihilism is in fashion. Being edgy sells. Seeing blood and guts sells. But gore for the sake of gore is not maturity. Just because an anime is dark doesn't make it adult. Berserk is dark and violent, but it is a masterpiece because it explores the human condition, trauma, and hope in darkness. Many modern anime copy Berserk's violence, but forget Guts' humanity. They stay on the surface in the aesthetic of the macabre, without understanding what makes it work. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an old man yelling at clouds, saying everything in the past was better. Old anime had terrible problems. Recycled animation, endless fillers, absurd censorship, and glacial pacing. I don't want to see Goku charging energy for 5 episodes again. I appreciate that today's series are direct and get to the point. I appreciate that animation has evolved to become visual art. Series like Vinland Saga or Mob Psycho 100 prove that you can have incredible animation and a story with soul. Not everything is lost, but the general trend in the market, what goes viral, what the masses consume, worries me. I worry that we are raising a generation of viewers who cannot handle an episode where 2 characters simply talk while sitting on a bench. I worry that if there isn't an explosion every 3 minutes, people say it's boring. Anime is a medium capable of telling the most incredible stories in the world. We shouldn't settle for colored lights and noise. We should demand that they break our hearts, that they make us think, that they change our lives like those series we grew up with did. Because if we keep applauding mediocrity just because it comes wrapped in shiny wrapping paper, eventually we will stop receiving real gifts and will only have empty boxes. The next time you watch the trendy anime, ask yourself, will I remember this protagonist's name in 10 years? Or will I only remember that the animation was cool? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about the current state of the industry. I would like to know what you think about all this. Do you think I'm exaggerating and that current anime is better than ever? Or do you agree that some magic is missing in modern productions? I want a serious debate down there. I'll be reading and replying to those with the best arguments. Subscribe for more anime content. Hit the like button on this video if you like this reflection, and leave your comment with your honest opinion.